Hello and welcome back to the channel. This time we're going to be installing the new Batocera 43 and we'll also install the update pack Batocera 43.1, which irons out a lot of the bugs and fixes a lot of the problems with the standard version. As with all my tutorials, this is a very condensed guide, so I would urge you not to skip it if you don't want to miss anything. For the purposes of this guide, I've downloaded and installed everything myself, so you can be safe in the knowledge that at the end of this video, everything should work as expected. I think that's enough waffle for now. Let's get this guide started. Now, the first thing we're going to need to do is open our Internet Explorer, and we're going to need to grab a couple of files from the internet. Now, I've already been on the internet prior to this and bookmarked the two programs that I need and put them in my favourites tab. So, opening my favourites tab, I move down to Batocera Linux. This is the official Batocera website. As you can see, the current version is 43. I'm going to need to download the version for desktop PC. I'll click on the download link here, and as you can see, that's starting downloading. Now, I've already prior downloaded this before, so I don't need to download it again, so I'm going to cancel that. Now I'm returning to my bookmarks. I'm going to pick my Berliner Etcher tab, and here we can see we're on version 2.16. I'm going to scroll down. Now, most people will be satisfied with the setup executable here, but I want the portable version. And the reason I want a portable version is I can use it for a pen drive. So here it is there, Berliner Etcher Win32x64, and it's 2.16, 198 megabytes. I'm going to download this file, and I'll be able to use that as a portable on a pen drive. Berliner Etcher is the program that we'll be using to write our Batocera disk image, either to an SSD or an NVMe drive. If you also take a note at the address bar here, this website lists all the Berliner Etcher versions, including all the portable versions that will be available as a zip file. Now we've managed to grab our file, we can return to our desktop. Here I'm going to go to downloads, and here you'll see the two files that we've just downloaded, Berliner Etcher and Batocera 43. I'm going to cut these and I'm going to paste them onto my desktop. I can close this window, and then what we're going to need to do now, because Berliner Etcher was a zip file, we're going to need to extract it. So I'm going to double click on Berliner Etcher, and I'm going to extract all. Here is fine, and I'll click extract. Just wait for it to extract. Shut this window. Now what I can do now, I can delete the original zip file. I don't want that. So it's prompting me to delete the folder. Yes. I'm going to move Berliner Etcher over here. Now I'm going to need to double click in here, and I need to find the application file, which is this one, and I'm going to double click that to run Berliner Etcher. Shut the window behind. And here we're going to need to flash from file. This is the file that we need to write, which is Batocera 43. And as you can see, Batocera 43 is showing up here as an image file on my desktop. So I click on Batocera and open, select my target. Now you will note that there's no NVMe, SSD or pen drives listed here. That's because Berliner Etcher treats internal drives as system drives. So basically both drives that I've got installed here are within this folder, and you will note that they say system drive and source drive on the top one, and on the bottom one, which is a 2 terabyte drive which I'm going to install Batocera on, it says system drive. Now it will always give you a warning for system drives as it's dangerous to destroy these drives. But so long as the drive that you're installing on is not the source drive that you're running Windows from, you should be fine. This is the drive that I'm going to be installing. You will note the warnings there on the top bar. And this is the system drive, but it is not my Windows drive. My Windows drive said source drive on it. So I'm now going to flash this, and I'm going to burn this image. So now I select yes, I'm sure, and it's going to ask me if I want to allow this app to make changes. I click yes. I've sped the video up here so it won't last very long, but this is flashing and finishing up. And now it's finished. I've got the request there if I want to flash another, which obviously I don't. So now I can shut down this window. So now with our NVMe image written, we can return to our desktop in preparation for the next step. You can safely ignore my daft desktop color changing image, and we can concentrate on the task at hand. We need to go to System Settings, and we're scrolling through the settings until we reach Recovery. We click in Recovery, and we want Advanced Startup. Click on Restart Now, and we click yes here. We can continue here, and now our PC will reboot. Once we reach the recovery screen, we're going to select Use a Device. If Batocera is not listed on the next screen, you may need to reboot your PC utilizing the UEFIOS option, and it will repartition the drive for you. Just follow the on-screen prompts and you'll end up back at your desktop when you can enter system recovery settings again and proceed from there. So now we click on Batocera, and on first boot it will resize the partitions. It only does this once, and then it'll boot to our Batocera menu. Once we're at the Batocera system menu, we can bring up the main menu, scroll down to System Settings, and now Information, and we can see we're running Batocera 43, 29 to the 426. Now we need to go into our internet settings, and we'd set up our Wi-Fi or a wired connection here so we can download the update. Once we've set up our network settings, we're going to scroll down to Updates and Downloads, click in it, and we're going to go to Update Type and change it to Butterfly, and then Start Update. You are currently using version 43. Do you want to update? Yes. And as you can see there in the top right of the screen, our update is now downloading. I'm going to skip forward a bit now, as this update takes quite a long time to download and also to install. If you look at the screen now in the top right, we have a reboot to apply, so we need to now go into our main menu settings again, scroll down, to quit. Then we're going to restart system. Click in it. Really restart, yes. We'll let our PC go through the rebooting process. Now we can bring up the main menu again, scroll down to System Settings and Information, click in it, and we can see we're now running Batocera version 43.1, 22nd of the 5th, 2026. That's our update applied, and Batocera is ready and waiting to be used. I hope this guide's proved useful to you. If it has, please leave a comment, like or subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.